Hello and welcome back to the final movie review of the month. Kind of. Uh, as you can tell by the title, it is Zombieland. Initially, it was going to be the first Paranormal Activity, but I switched that off after 16 minutes. I'm chalking it up to I wasn't in the right humor for it, but also I kind of forgot how bad it was. To the point where I just switched it off after 16 minutes. I love the franchise, the first three movies. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think I was like I said. I don't think I was in the right frame of mind. However, for Zombieland, it's been a while since I rewatched it. Because I love this movie. I was shown it, I believe, in a year after it came out, so 2010. I remember well because I was with two of my cousins at my nanny's house back in the old house that she used to have that my granddad had built, and my cousin put it on, and I thought it was a hoot and a half. Absolutely loved it, and I still do. It still holds up. Can't say the same about Double Tap, however. I went to see Double Tap when it came out, and it was 10 years too late, in my opinion. I had a lot of problems with that, but I'll save that for when I review Double Tap whenever. Probably next October. Um, we'll see. But yeah, so the movie is a found family style movie with zombies is the best way I can describe it. We have our main character played by Jesse Eisenberg who has these list of rules that you should follow whilst living here in Zombieland. That being double tap, which is what the next movie got called. If you shoot a zombie, don't go up to it and see if it's dead. You gotta give it an extra shot just to make sure it's 100% dead. Cardio, have excellent cardio, which we do see at the beginning of the movie when his character tries to use the bathroom. He gets chased by two zombies. He runs around the gas station before getting into the car. And then we get to meet Woody Harrelson's character of Tallahassee, who's my favorite character. And this was actually the first Woody Harrelson film I had ever seen. Of course, I would then watch him in all of the Hunger Games movies that came out because I'm a huge Hunger Games fan. We also get introduced to two other characters of Wichita and Little Rock as they rob Jesse's character as well as Woody Harrelson's character. They get robbed twice, and like I said, it's a whole found family escapade. Columbus wants to go to Ohio to try and see if he has any family there that's still alive. Tallahassee, he's mainly on a search for a Twinkie. And after watching this film for the very first time 14 years ago, Jesus Christ, I'm getting old. I wanted to try a Twinkie, after it being brought up so much in this film. And eventually I did. I think in 2017 is when I tried a Twinkie. And it's not all cracked up as it's made out to be in both this and the Y2K episode of Family Guy, where in that episode they go hunting, they find a Twinkie factory, and that's apparently the only thing that can survive a nuclear apocalypse slash zombie apocalypse. Since we're talking about Zombieland, eventually they make it to California. Interesting, however, that I'm not sure exactly how far out they were from California with the vehicle that they had, but it seemed that they were driving for several days, and yet they didn't run out of fuel once. That's a little nitpick that I had. I mean, they could have managed to stop off. I think it was mentioned that it had only been a few months, so obviously there could still be some fuel reserves in gas stations and what have you. So they could have fueled up, but would have been nice to kind of mention that because otherwise it's kind of a bit of a continuity thing. Um, But then, to make it to California, they decide to hold up in Bill Murray's mansion, and it turns out Bill Murray is still alive, and he has VFX makeup on to make him look like a zombie, and that's how he's survived during the apocalypse. So it's Tallahassee and Wichita that he runs into first. They get high. Fun fact, actually, I this could be wrong. I got this from IMDb, so take this with a pinch of salt. Apparently, production had to halt for a day because Woody Harrelson did get arrested for possession of weed. So I thought that was a funny nod as well, funny thing to mention as well. I think initially this was supposed to be a TV show, which is why when Columbus and Tallahassee mention Zombie Killer of the Week, that's something that was left over from the script, where in the TV show they were going to have a weekly Zombie Killer of the Week. Um, but yeah, I mean, I like that idea. I think they continued that in Double Tap. It's been 5 years since Double Tap came out, 2019. Jesus. Um, but they did it did actually eventually, I think, get a TV series. I'm not 100% sure on what the story is with that. Whether it was a made for TV movie, as a non-canon continuation, or it was supposed to be, a made for TV movie that led into a TV series, like how the Doctor Who 1996 movie was supposed to lead into a TV series. But eventually that went nothing. That was in 2013. And then, like I said, it was 2019 by the time we got a sequel of Double Tap. So Bill Murray goes and, tries to scare Jesse Eisenberg's character, and ends up getting shot. And Woody Harrelson asked, "Do you have any regrets?" And he mentions Garfield, which, growing up, I love the Garfield movies. I love both of the Garfield movies. Granted, I haven't seen them in 20 odd years, but I do remember enjoying them when I was a kid. Opinions might change, obviously, when as I grow old, as I'm older now. So I'll get around to reviewing them at some point. But I thought that was very funny as well. They rely heavily on the Ghostbuster part of Bill Murray's discography, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed seeing a different side to Bill Murray uh, than what I'm used to seeing. In Ghostbusters, because I haven't seen Ghostbusters in over 20 years. Which I will probably be a shock to a lot of Ghostbuster fans, but I definitely remember watching it as a kid, probably about 3 or 4 at the time, but I did enjoy it. So eventually Wichita and Little Rock, they go to that amusement park that they're going to. They power everything up, which then triggers the zombies to come. So that means that Columbus and Tallahassee has to go to save them. Eventually they do. Tallahassee gets his Twinkie, and they ride off into the sunset. It takes about a decade before we get a sequel, as I keep mentioning. So, how do I feel about this movie now that I've rewatched it again after quite a while? I love it. I still love it. I think it shouldn't have gotten a sequel, in my opinion. With the granted, I've only ever seen Double Tap once, so if I rewatch Double Tap, I probably will have a different mindset of it. But as of right now, with only watching Double Tap once, I definitely think Zombieland should have just been a one and done, and it should not have gotten a sequel. Um, but as it is, it's a brilliant movie. It's a brilliant zombie movie. I believe it's also inspired by Shaun of the Dead. I seen on the IMDb. Again, take that with a pinch of salt. Um, that could be misinformation. I'm not 100% sure on that one. But I enjoyed the film. I'm glad that I got to rewatch it, because it's a fun movie. It's a fun time. Like I said, it's a found family film with zombies. What's not to love about that? But that is going to bring this review to an end. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I shall see you on Thursday for this year's Halloween special. I'll see you all on Thursday.